Quote, together we will win. That's the message this morning from Ukrainian President Zelensky in a new video address. Standing outside in the daytime, Zelensky says they will rebuild every street in every city as Russia tries to destroy Ukraine's infrastructure. We did learn in the last 2 hours that President Zelensky is going to be addressing Congress virtually on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. And I want to bring in Ilya Mendel, former press secretary to President Zelensky. Ilya, first of all, I mean, what do you think we'll hear from your former boss, President Zelensky, when he addresses our lawmakers on Wednesday? What do we think he'll say?
Thank you for having me. Of course, President Zelensky will explain the situation on the ground and will explain everything that Ukraine is doing right now to finish the conflict. For you to understand, President Zelensky was trying and is trying hard to make any efforts to finish this military invasion. He tries to talk to Vladimir Putin and send very transparent message that there are only two people who can find solution in this brutal invasion. It's the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, and President of Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. But of course, he will be explaining the needs that Ukraine is extremely expecting these days. I know that Ukraine is very grateful for every type of help that was gotten from the West and from the US, and for the $13.6 billion of support that will go both to Ukrainian army and for humanitarian help to Ukraine. But definitely President Zelensky is looking for the support to stop this brutal bombing and shell, especially when we are talking about. You know that Volodymyr Zelensky was referring a lot about about the necessity to close the sky nowadays, no-fly zone, so-called regime. But if it's not possible, probably we are looking forward to see the military jets supply to Ukraine. And we know that Russia blackmails the West that will bombard the supply chains to Ukraine. At the same time, we see that Russia is attacking the territory of Ukraine that is really 15 miles from Poland, the country member of NATO. So, of course, he will be looking for the solutions, how to help Ukrainians fight for the sky, defend their territory. And actually, our pilots today behave as, you know, in the country, they are so big heroes. We understand that they are saving the country just like angels hiding the skies with their wings from this absolutely tremendous hell, monstrous hell aggression that comes from Russia, from the sky. So I think the major messages will be the gratitude from Ukrainians for the United States, that United States helps us to defend the democracy here, and also more asking the attempts to ask for more to help Ukrainians defend ourselves from the sky. The victims are being counted in thousands already. Thousands. They destroy civilian infrastructure, houses, hospitals, kindergartens, and just kill ordinary people here. No time to wait. Time is people's lives.
Yulia, negotiators, as you know, from Ukraine and Russia, they apparently spoke again this morning. Are you still hopeful that these talks are going to yield meaningful results?
We have a lot of hope because we understand that diplomacy is the only way to find the solution. On the other hand, as I have mentioned, there are only two people who take really decisions. And so we try to make Vladimir Putin to talk to Volodymyr Zelensky. Right now, I am sure that the president of Ukraine has what to suggest to Vladimir Putin to finish this awful invasion. On the other hand, we understand that humanitarian corridors that already gave the relief and helped escape thousands and thousands of Ukrainians from the places of bombing and shelling. This actually is the result of those negotiations that have been held. Right now, we are hoping and praying that today the corridor, humanitarian corridor from Mariupol that is suffering the worst in Ukraine will work out. What we've heard the last one, that the silence on the direction of this corridor was confirmed. So we hope that people who have food shortages and who do not have water who suffer really strongly will get at least some relief and will be taken out from Mariupol. This is the result of those negotiations. It's not the result for finishing the invasion, but definitely it's the result for relief of sufferings of people.